The Emperor protects. That's what they say. It's all I've ever heard. From the priests, from the pilgrims, from the raving lunatics on the corner of every street. The Emperor protects. Maybe he does, but not for me. I have never felt his light. I've never heard his voice speak to me. I've never known him answer my prayers. A life on my knees to a God Emperor, the saviour of mankind. But not for me, not for mine. Where was he when they took my father? Drafted him into the guard, taken from his wife, his children, taken from his world, never to be seen again. Where was the Emperor when my mother succumbed to her illness? An illness inflicted by a lifetime of hard labour in his manufactorums. She died choking on her own blood, pleading for salvation between gasps, from an emperor who would not answer her. Where was the Emperor when they came for my sister? Witch, they'd cried. Burn the witch. How she'd screamed as the flames licked her flesh. How the zealots had cheered his name as she died in agony. Where was the Emperor when I was left alone, orphaned and homeless, starving and cold, abandoned to die in the gutter, a feast for the rats and the stray dogs? No, the Emperor did not protect me, but someone did. It was when I was at my lowest, my most desperate, huddled, freezing, scared and half mad from hunger. A voice spoke to me from inside and outside of myself. It surrounded me, comforted me, showed me the way to endure the pain of living. It told me to eat the rats that preyed on me as I slept. I got sick, but the voice taught me to embrace it. Take what had tried to weaken me and make it my strength. I ate more of them, even though I was riddled with the diseases they carried. My stomach would revolt, my guts would burn. I'd gag and I'd vomit and I'd hallucinate from the raging fevers. And then I'd see it. The truth beyond all the lies of the faith. Clouds of flies would bear me aloft and I'd fly over a garden of endless decay and decomposition. Phosphorus flames would spit and burn amongst fetid swamps and gnarled trees. Corpses raised from watery graves would throw back their heads and rasp a funeral dirge to the one who would bless them with unlife. Mountains of plague-riddled flesh tended to cauldrons brimming with virulence. All the while their tiny kin danced and frolicked around them. I could feel the sickness in my flesh. Yet the pain was gone, exorcised by the one who owned the voice that saved me. My saviour, my teacher, my protector, was a god, a dark god, a lord of plagues and disease and despair. The voice belonged to a god, my God, a true God, a real God, a God who was there for me, who knew me, who cared about me. My God required nothing of me, other than I live and endure, spread his gifts and his blessings to all, to move amongst the ignorant and teach them as my God taught me. Through disease, willingly ingested, we could all know the blessings of a deity that truly loved his children. Through him, we could be liberated from despair, from grief, from pain. I awoke. The fever still afflicted me, but the agony little more than a memory. I stood, a strength born from all the plagues my body played host to. Vermin scurried about my feet, no longer my enemy, nor my prey, but my allies, in service to the same patron. And a world awaited us. A cruel, cold, unsympathetic world. One of lies and indifference. One of worship to a false idol. But they would learn. They all would come to know the truth in time. The Emperor no longer holds claim to this world. No, this world belongs to the true corpse god, my grandfather.